by.
That's hard to tell. That is hard to tell.
Hey, out there in YouTube land, welcome to the Color Animal Inn. This is the pregame show, and we got a bunch of newbies, so we're going to be doing a lot of mechanical stuff right now. You may want to skip this and go to episode 16, part 1, which is going to be when we actually start playing the game, but I figured I'd start the stream now, let y'all see a little behind-the-scenes action of how the pregame stuff happens. And we just had a bunch of our players roll some dice, which is when I realized that I wasn't streaming and I wanted to get this information on camera. Brandon just came up with a good roll. Jason just made his second roll.
Which is actually worse. Slightly worse, actually. I lost 1 point overall.
Yeah. It's still a decent roll, though.
Yeah, it's still a decent roll.
The 9's not going to cripple you, and that 16 is going to turn out nice.
Yep.
The rest is average or slightly above average. Red Hedgehog made his second roll, and I think he's keeping that one.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm keeping it. I'm just trying to decide where to put everything.
Cool. And Charlie S., you made a second roll that wasn't great, but not bad. Were you keeping that?
No, I'm going with the point buy.
Going for the point buy. All right.
You got 2 14s and a 16. That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's not bad.
I went and looked at what I would point by earlier, and my roll was almost exactly the same. I think it was just the 2 13s were a 12 and a 14.
Now, what would you say a fighter's 2 worst skills are, or 2 least used?
The ones you're going to dump?
Probably int and wisdom.
And then charisma.
Charisma.
Yeah.
Wisdom usually has some really nasty saves involved.
Yeah. It's good to have wisdom.
Wisdom had some pretty useful looking skills attached to it too that I saw.
Perception? Perception is definitely up there.
Good. Although you're going to definitely have a rogue in your group, so perception is not absolutely necessary.
It had perception. It had sense motive. And I think, was it survival? Is that wisdom?
Survival is... Let's check. Skills. Survival is wisdom.
And again, think about the character you want to play. Maybe wisdom would be a good stat to have mechanically, but maybe your character wouldn't be that wise.
That's my character.
You do intelligence as a dump stat, yeah, okay, but what if your character is actually fairly intelligent, you know? Think more about how you want to play your character. What's his personality? What's his backstory? Than what the dice are going to tell you, because the dice are fickle. Even with an 18 stat, you can still fail.
Yeah.
And failure is half the fun sometimes.
And you don't want to roll ones in this campaign.
Yeah.
See, if you look on the bottom bar, if you've put all the macros in, try rolling the CM a couple times.
Yeah, you should go into your settings and set everything there into your macro bar, so it'll pop up at the bottom. And once we get started, you'll have another set of token actions that'll pop up at the top. And for 90% of the game, you're either going to be talking or pressing one of these buttons. It's all very automated.
Those 3 CMs, well, the first one's okay. The other 2 suck.
50% chance to break.
On each use. Every time you use your weapon, you have to roll a 1d100. And if you roll under 50, according to the rules, because he says roll high,
yeah.
If you roll under 50, it breaks.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad I'm a caster, so I don't have to do attack rolls. I'll just cast spells all day.
Yeah.
And no rolls involved. Woo!
For now.
Hey, I ain't gonna make attack rolls with my... Actually, what do I even put on my spell list?
We ran a session where every time somebody cast magic, or every time somebody cast magic, or every time somebody failed, they had to roll on the D1 10,000.
Yeah, with a fumble chance of 30%.
Yeah.
when you cast magic, and then it was half good, half bad fumbles, and then if you fumbled, you rolled on a D10,000 to see what kind of weirdness happened. It was fun, but a little too much. I don't do that on a regular basis. And when I do, it's like a 1% chance. Or 2, technically. But yeah. Everybody should have all of those macros down at the bottom. The only one you won't need more than once is the stat roller. You can keep that off. But you should have critical, hidden, critical miss. You should have the insultinator. You should have look and examine. And then I believe you should have... I think that's it, isn't it? Yeah.
Look, pick, use, break, CHCM, disarm, examine, greet, and help.
Oh, yeah. Disarm, break, pick, and use are all kind of... They're there, but they don't work very well. I don't have them set up for... Especially for tonight. So, you don't need those, but you can have them there. And examine and look are the two big ones. And I'll explain those a little bit later. Alright, so at this point, everybody should have their numbers. Pop them into your sheet. The main core tab on your sheets is where those are going to go, if that wasn't clear. Based on your race, you're going to get bonuses and penalties to some of those. If you have any trouble figuring anything of that out, let me know. And just go through your sheet and kind of... You'll see that things are changing depending on what you put in. As you fill it out more and more, the sheet is going to deal with almost all of the mathematics for you. One thing that is a little tricky is when you get to the class tab. And for those at home, I'm going to go ahead and open one here. So the core classes has your strength and all that. Classes, you're going to be filling out just the 0 row with your class name and such, base attack bonus, and then fort, reflex, and will. Make sure you fill in levels. And then for hit points, under your class on the sheets, the rules book, it'll tell you what your hit die is. Put in the maximum you can get. So if you got a D8 for your hit die, you put in an 8 as your hit points. And that's the first column there is the HP for hit points. And then you're also going to get, you can have a favored class hit point or a favored class skill point. You get one of those per level each time you level up in your primary or favored class. So that's a way to get another hit point there. And then the levels column at the end is going to multiply your Constitution bonus from the core tab. If you have like a 15 in that, your con bonus is going to be 2, and then multiply that times your level is going to give you some bonus hit points. That's one of the complicated things. And don't worry if you get it wrong. I'll go through and check, make sure everybody gets it right by the time we're done. As far as the fort, reflex, and will, these are the numbers straight off the class page. Do not include any bonuses you get for Constitution or something. Those are already included. You'll see later. Defenses is pretty obvious. Again, this is going to be just based on your armor. Make sure you have your armor equipped once you put it in here. Jason, as a wizard, you should have mage armor as one of your spells. If you don't, you're pretty much doing something wrong. And you would want to put that in as your armor, but not necessarily have it equipped until you actually cast it. Now this is a personal choice. You can choose not to use mage armor and get some other spell instead, but That's if you did it. Most people do. That's where and how you would do so.
Yep.
I have a skills question.
Uh huh.
The knowledge skills, are there some of them that are? I guess I'm wondering, are they all equally useful? Right now I have knowledge local, and I'm wondering if that's something I'm ever going to use, or if I should switch that.
Local could come in handy. I would say the most used ones are probably Dungeoneering, Arcana, Nature helps quite a bit. I have listed here Technology. Don't pick that.
Okay.
That's for a different game. But they can all come in handy.
Okay.
And you can use different types of knowledges for different roles. A lot of times I'm going to ask you to make a perception roll, and you can argue for like a different knowledge or something.
So for Wizard, will I just tick off every knowledge in the character sheet since it says all?
The tick box is for if it's a class skill, and as a wizard, all of those are counted as class skills.
All right.
Now that doesn't mean you can use it. What it means is that if you do train in it, you get a bonus in it.
Okay.
So you have to have at least one rank to use any skill that does not have an asterisk by it. And the knowledge. So
if I put one skill point if I put one skill point into each of those knowledges, I could technically use them?
Yes. Yes, indeed.
Okay.
And at level 1, you can't have more than one skill point in any given skill. You're only allowed to train once per level.
Yep. So...
Do I need to actually do anything? So I'm a bard, and I can use those when I'm untrained. Can I just click on the dice roll and it'll work fine?
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
It's not going to prevent you, but I will be able to see whether or not you have any ranks in it, and then I'll be, oh, well, okay, you're a bard, you can use that.
So 1 knowledge, 2...
And if you look up top, it'll tell you, hopefully under your classes, you fill things out right. So at the top of the skills tab, it'll tell you how many ranks you've used and how many you have remaining. If that is not updating properly, look kind of up to the right, and you'll see a little button called Recalc. That'll recalculate your page, and you can just click that, and hopefully that'll work. If you're still running into a bug, and there are a few of the sheets, let me know. We'll deal with it on a case-by-case basis. There's plenty of room to record things like feats, your traits. We'll go under, I believe there's a spot for racial traits and regular traits under the Details tab. So just go ahead, fill out everything you can. Get into any questions, let me know. The attacks section's a little strange. It's better now, but you might have some trouble with that. Basically, with that, what you're doing is putting in each of your weapons. So, example, you put your crossbow in one, set it up as a ranged weapon, see how that works, and then you put your, I don't know, a rapier or whatever melee weapon you have in the other one, set it up. And then every time you use those, you just use those attacks. If there are modifiers, like if you're blessed, you're getting a +1, we'll just say, okay, I'm blessed, we'll add the number. The computer does most of the work, we still do have to do a little thinking, but you'll see how easy it is once we get going.
Cool. I'm actually very tempted to roll for the third stat, and here I'm hoping for abysmally low stats so I can play a peasant.
Oh.
Or I could literally play as a peasant. Just because I imagine it would be a very interesting experience to see how that goes for me.
Yeah, you could do that. I certainly wouldn't disallow it. I might kind of try to talk you out of it, but you can play your character as any way you want. I mean, if you want to make your character pretend to be a peasant, that's just fine. Yeah, your character is the one thing in this world that you have control of. And as such, as a DM, I kind of give you full power over it within reason. You can do or try anything you want. Just be aware it's not always going to work out right.
Yep. Ability modifiers. Spells.
Yeah, I'm working on getting all my spells put in here.
Four 0 level.
Spell sheet's a little complex. Again, just use it for record keeping. If you want to cast a magic missile spell, you don't need to set up the macro for this. You can just say, I cast magic missile. You can do it. The sheet does allow it. It's up to you. Just more work. But it pays off down the road. One day I hope to have a spellcaster macro system built in this that just holds all the spells, and all you gotta do is click a button and click Q, you're casting the spell out, and it works.
Oh, that is going to take a lot of work.
Yeah, it is.
I wonder if there's a way to automate some of that.
That's what I'm talking about.
I mean, like automate putting that together. If there's some database out there you can scrape it from.
Oh, possibly. They are working on bringing in, like 5th edition has, I think, the whole book interactive with Roll20, but Pathfinder somewhat less so. And we're at 414. I have heard nothing from the 2 new players who signed up. I wonder if they might even be thinking 5 o'clock my time.
Yeah.
Yeah. But at this point, if they do show up, they are going to have to play one of the pre-gens. We're not going to have time to character generate them fully. And if they don't show up at all, we might have time for one of the backup players to come in.
Yay.
Actually, since we have time, got a little.
I have another quick question here.
Absolutely, that's why we're here.
So my charm person spell.
Yep. Cool. Yeah.
It says if I try and cast it on someone that's hostile, they have a better chance of saving against it. But if I cast it on somebody, is it going to make them hostile? Are they going to see me do that and they're going to know, oh man, you tried to mess with my mind?
Yes, it is a definite possibility.
Okay.
That's why you do it from bushes. You're hiding in a bush and you try to charm them, and they turn around and just go back in there. Hope they don't see you.
Well, let's say you're walking down a forest path, right, all by yourself, and somebody else is walking the path the other direction. As they get closer to you, you decide you want to cast a spell on them. If you do it just out in the open, they're most likely going to be able to see. They're most likely going to know that, they might not know exactly what spell, but they'll know that you tried to cast a spell on them and it could make them hostile. I would allow, for example, a sleight of hand check to let you, cast it kind of underneath your robe so the guy can't see what you're doing, or something like that. There's always something you can do. Very, very, very seldom will I put my characters into a situation where they have to do one thing, and only that one thing will work. And this is collaborative storytelling at heart, so I love seeing what people do. I mean, no matter how hard you try, no matter how much effort you put into it, the GM is never, ever going to know every possible way the story can go. And so the good GMs learn, set up the situation, let the players say what they want to do, and improvise like hell. That's kind of the way I run my games.
If Nord.
What's up?
So for the trait Killer, it says you deal an amount of additional damage equal to your weapon's crit hit modifier when you score a successful critical hit with a weapon.
Right.
How much damage would that be for a longbow?
I believe the longbow has a crit modifier of 2x.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure.
3x.
3x. So that would be 3 points.
Oh, so I do three additional damage.
Yeah. And you know you get that bonus if you score a crit?
Yes. Yeah, when I score a successful crit, that 3 damage is added to the final total.
Right. So let's say you score a critical hit and you do 6 points of damage just from the bow, and then 3x triples that, so that's going to be 18.
18 plus 3 is 21.
3. Right.
Okay. I'm just looking for a good trait for a sniper.
That could be.
I always take adopted, no matter what class I do.
Why's that?
Because adopted gives you a free racial trait from any race aside from your own, and that's really good for no matter what the class is. It's a really good option to take because it's so flexible.
What are you going to take?
Since I'm going to be a sniper, I'm probably going to take something from either the elves or the kobolds. I'm planning on being a sylph again.
What was the critical hit trait you were talking about?
Killer. Yeah, Killer is one of the combat traits.
So there's one a little earlier called Bloodthirsty.
Yeah, I saw that one.
Which it looks like it does exactly the same thing, except it also does it when you reduce them to 0 hit points.
It's a little bit different from what I read. Let me look at it.
Like it's +1, but
Yeah,
it's then modified by your critical hit damage.
That's true. So, I guess that would be better. That's the same thing, in essence.
Is that also only on critical hits?
Yes.
It's on critical hits, and also you get +1 when you reduce them to 0 health.
Yeah. So if you crit and you reduce them to 0, it's still just +1 times 3. Because this applies before the it adds it to the base attack damage, so it still gets multiplied.
Right. So effectively, it's the same thing.
Yeah. I just don't know which combat trait would be good for an archer. I mean, I wanted Anatomist, but it's only to confirm critical hits.
Yeah.
That could still be helpful.
It could be, but
well, I guess you're
you'd
probably
want
not
that.
going to get as much use out of it.
You would want that with something that you get a lot of critical hits on.
Crit fishing.
Yeah.
That was it. That was the hot thing. I think in 3.5.
Crit fishing.
Yep.
Just
Crit
have
fishing.
a super high crit ability.
Just have a super high crit range with like a scimitar. So you crit on like a 15.
Oh yeah.
Multi attack, crit on 15. You're fishing for them crits.
I would take Anatomus, but if I take something like that, chances are like it's weird. If you take something like Anatomus, if you don't take it, you would get a lot of crits. If you do take it, you're not going to get any crits. Like that's always what happens.
Crit fishing.
It's like the dice know somehow.
Mm-hmm.
Or worse, you take it, don't get a crit for a long time, then start getting them and forget you took it.
Yeah. Haven't used it in so long.
I think I'll probably just take Bloodthirsty then.
And do remember, you're only allowed to take one trait from any category.
Yep.
You get 2 traits total, but they have to be 2 different categories. You can't have 2 combat traits.
Yeah, I'm taking Bloodthirsty and adopted as a social trait.
Very straight. Oh yeah, I gotta get
That's funny. I took Orphaned.
There's gonna be some animosity between the kid who was adopted and the kid who was an orphan. One got chosen, one didn't.
Let's see. Where is...
Ooh, initiative bonus. I'll take it.
That's a popular one.
Yep.
And that's probably the most popular one since there's one that gives +2 initiative bonus.
Yeah, it's a reactionary, I think it is.
Yep. So good.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I took that one.
I got an Inquisitor that I'm playing in my Sunday game when I actually get to play and not have to GM. Who at level 2 now has a +9 to his initiative bonus.
I think I could get +8 as a level 1 wizard.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Can I?
It's possible if you take the right combination of traits. Because I think there's a combat trait that also gives you a +1 to initiative.
Yeah.
So that's 3 right there. Plus you can.
Well, see, here's the thing. The +2 to initiative is a combat trait already.
Oh, I thought there was a social. There was a one on the bottom.
There may be.
So there's a.
The reactionary is a combat trait, and then there's petition, which is also initiative +1.
Veteran of battle, but that's for religion, and it's chaotic neutral.
And
You
remember
can take
that,
that too.
you're not playing a page full of numbers. You're playing a character here.
Yeah.
So with my Inquisitor, I'm playing him as a little old man. So since I always win initiative, I have to usually throw my first round by saying he's like not paying attention, or he's got to move and get up into position or something, or he was napping.
How does an old man become an Inquisitor?
It's a long story. He's a hermit.
He's an old initiative. He's an old Inquisitor.
Yeah. It's a fun character to play. have anybody in the Hall of Fame yet. Y'all are going to be the first people actually using this board.
Cool.
Yeah, I'll tell you a little bit about that when we get to the backstory section of the game. Well, my ears just popped. Phone must have passed through or something. So what do I got to say about myself today? Clear and 80 degrees. Alright.
Yay, good weather.
Good weather to be at home alone in my room in front of a computer.
Yeah.
I'm such a nerd. Spring break. Playing D&D online.
I wish it was my break. I got one more final tomorrow.
So for my familiar that I am taking, because familiars are cool.
They are.
They are. Can I just literally pick any familiar on the list? Doesn't matter what.
Yeah, I don't
So long as
see.
I can use it.
Yeah. What are you thinking of?
Cool.
I mean, I reserve the right to veto a specific choice, but that doesn't seem likely.
I'm juggling between the owl or the hawk for the perception checks.
Ooh.
Those are always useful, and I could have them fly around and scout things out because I don't want to run ahead and face check everything.
Well, the owl probably has better sneak ability, I would think.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah. I can name him. What was Harry's owl's name? I don't even remember.
No idea.
Hedwig.
Hedwig. I can name him Hedwig. Have him sacrifice himself to block a crossbow bolt.
You can only do that trick once.
I'll get another one eventually.
That's true.
Oh, but it costs 200 gold per wizard level. That's a lot of gold for a familiar. Do I want to pay the price?
No, where's the movement speed?
Movement speed is on attacks. It's up at the top, kind of to the right.
Yeah, I didn't know where it was.
Yeah, I moved it from. I don't remember where they had it. I think they had it on the core page originally.
It was on details before.
I think it fits under attacks because that's the one you're.
Mm-hmm.
You're moving. You're trying to attack when it matters.
Yeah.
All right, we are at 4:30 now, and still no sign of the other players.
Time to bring in the backup.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna check my messages. We'll make this a 5-player game. Maybe a 6 if we need it, but I think bringing one in just in case one of the others does show up. That would make 6. You don't have to kick anybody.
Ultimate magic. Ooh.
Again, if it links directly from that page, you can use it. The search will take you to the other site, so be careful.
I could give myself a perception DC on here.
And we start with 1,000 gold?
1,000 cash, that's right.
Okay.
Are there...
The gold one.
What magic items can I buy? Because I have a lot of money left over after my equipment.
Good luck.
Anything with up to a 3rd level spell in it is available.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Also, any miscellaneous magic items that you can afford. So you can get a scroll up to a 3rd level spell on it. You can get potions, various prices. But 4th and up is not quite available yet. And Brandon, howdy. You must have been just sitting there waiting.
That's exactly what I was doing. Shut up.
I appreciate it. It really, I mean, I know it's a pain in the ass from the waiter's side, but it makes it so much easier for me to be able to pull in that one extra player.
Well, here I am. Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate your coming. So did you have something in mind? Did you want to play one of the pre-gen level ones, or you had something new made?
I do have something new made.
Cool. Got you a sheet on the way.
All right.
And Brandon L, meet Brandon H.
Hello, other Brandon.
Hey there.
There you go, Brandon L. You got yourself a character sheet now.
Cool.
Jason, as far as your familiar goes, you can fill out a sheet for it if you think it's likely to need it. If it's something that's just going to be on your shoulder 99% of the time, don't bother.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna keep it in my pocket or something.
Cool.
Okay, so what do I want to spend my money on?
Scrolls.
Scrolls are good. Really good.
Right.
A wand. I don't know if we have a healer in the group, but a wand of Cure Light Wounds at 750 with 50 charges would come in extremely handy.
Do kind of charge my party members gold every time I heal them?
That's up to you.
You could.
to recuperate the costs? To recuperate my investment?
Brandon, nice first roll. 16 and
That's
17.
not bad.
Yeah.
Very nice, very nice.
You gonna push your luck?
I'm just thinking because I already had a level 1 character built with the 25 point buy, and there's a very specific set of stats that I needed, and that's pretty damn good. But
you need it like 1 or 2 notches higher, huh?
I don't know.
Now you remember, if your second one is still not good, you can default to the 25 point buy.
Yeah, I don't know. But if I roll again, I lose the 17 and 16. That's the thing.
Trade it for a
Feel like-
pair of 18s.
Gotta get down magic 18s.
This ain't gonna be a Vesa, but I will roll again. And let's see.
That is significantly worse.
It's pretty bad.
Yeah.
I will take my 25 point buy.
25 it is.
And my 25 point buy actually includes a dump, which is great.
Let's see, let's check out my rolls. 16, 13, 13, 14.
Remember your racial changes to that.
Okay, so I can... Now, traits. I have a question.
Mhm.
Now, my character is a monk, and the backstory was that he's from a noble house that owns a school. Can I take the rich parents trait?
Yes.
Okay.
I say that having not looked at the trait in a while. So
It's you start off with 900 extra gold.
So 1900 gold.
that I will allow that. Are there any other benefits to it?
That's literally it. A one-time 900 gold boost.
You can do that.
Because I was gonna take reactionary, but it's
Uh-huh.
just a go-to, and I didn't want to take a go-to.
All right, Jason. Not a big deal, but I have been getting quite a bit of background noise from you. Like you just breathed into your microphone. I heard you eating some chips earlier.
That wasn't me.
Oh, I heard something from you. And this goes for everybody. Just keep an eye on that sort of thing. If you do break out a bag of chips once we're rolling full speed, please put yourself on mute. But, not a problem. Nobody's in danger of getting kicked out or anything. I just wanted to make sure everyone stays on top of this.
Okay, So, other than the spell list, which I still have to look through because there's so many of them, is there anything else I need to add on
I
that
don't think
list,
so.
on the sheet?
I don't think so. I mean, make sure you have any equipment you bought or are buying or whatever listed in the appropriate spot. I'll go through and we'll take a break. I'll do an audit on everybody, make sure everyone's good when we're all ready, and then when we come back from that, we'll get into the game.
Cool.
I have one more question.
What's up?
So my monk fights with gauntlets because they're considered unarmed strike, so I get the unarmed damage.
You want masterwork gauntlets?
Do we start with masterwork instead of weapon, ranged weapon, and armor?
That's right. One of the three is masterwork.
One of the three is masterwork. Oh, okay. But my question was, if I were to wear two bucklers at the same time, I don't get the AC bonus from both, but can I still do it?
Just for style?
Yeah, like the idea is that he has these really big gauntlets that are like that he uses to block swords and punch with.
Yeah, I like that. Gives him a little flavor.
Can those both be masterwork?
The gauntlets will be.
But the bucklers can't? Or can I do the bucklers instead of the gauntlets?
I guess the bucklers would be your armor piece. So yeah,
okay.
yeah. Well, I have to make them like a matched set, so you can't sell them separately or anything. But yeah.
Okay. Okay, that's fair. Because taking penalties on attacks while attacking with a buckler arm. So if they're masterwork, there's no armor check penalty, so there's no penalty.
I'll allow it.
Okay.
You're still getting, just a 1 point, which is basically what a masterwork does. So yeah, roughly equivalent. And come up with a backstory. Where did he get those? Did he make them himself? Did he find them? Did he win them in a contest? Something. If they're going to be something interesting like that, make them interesting.
Okay.
I have a question.
What's up?
As far as the Wand of Cure Light Wounds, I have a little under 700 left. Can I buy a partially used up Wand of Cure Light Wounds?
Normally, no. However, there's a pawn shop nearby. Save your money. Once the game starts, you can visit the pawn shop and see what they have.
Okay, sounds good.
Just remind me, because I won't automatically just do that. I'll say, does anybody have any other shopping or anything they want to do something like that?
Discount wands with 1 charge left.
Yeah.
That's the kind of stuff that you would expect from a pawn shop.
And they'll be charging 700 gold for it. Pawn shops are such a ripoff.
I did take 1 magic item, which is the sleeves of many garments.
Oh, I'm not familiar with that one. Translucent cloth tubes easily fit over the wearer's arms. Oh, that's neat.
Yeah, those are really cool.
How much does that cost?
200 gold?
That's pretty cheap for something like that.
Yeah, it's not giving any explicit bonus, but I figure it will help if I'm trying to, make a disguise maybe, or slip in somewhere.
Fun roleplay.
Jeez, I'm starting out with 12 points of skill points.
Wow, nice.
That's value.
Oh my gosh.
Skill monkey.
Skill monkey go.
This is as a rogue.
Yep.
Now, mechanically, my class is Snakebite Brawler, but everybody's just going to think I'm a monk.
Very cool. All right, let's work on tokens. Did anybody have an image or a token that they brought that they'd like to use?
I do not.
No.
I like to use top-down tokens. So if you find something in the future, look for something like that. Like Barth here. Charlie, you were playing what?
Azamar with blue hair.
What class again?
Bard.
Bard. All right. Look. This is going to be difficult.
If you want to go ahead and handle other people, I'll see if I can find anything here. Searching around.
Well, I already started a search, but haven't found anything awesome. The blue hair is going to be the difficult part. So yeah, do Google search or whatever you want to do. See if you can find something. If you can, just you can send me a link or just save it to your own hard drive, and we'll deal with it in minutes. Brendan H., you were a barbarian of the half-orc variety?
Fighter. Half-orc, yes.
Not a half-ord, half-orc.
That's what I meant.
Yeah, no, I typed it in wrong.
Mm.
What are your weapons?
Right now I've got, let me look back in. I was thinking about the composite longbow and the falcon.
Using the falcon more often, I guess? Or the
Yeah, more often than not.
bow? Okay. Well, let's just give you a... I don't know that anybody's using this right now, so let's go with something like this. Not perfect, but it's something. Is that okay?
Let me find it.
I'm happy with changing it from the blue hair, by the way. That's not
Well, your
important
character
to my
will still
character.
have the blue hair, but the token might not match right.
So DM, did you see the roll go through? That's my third roll, and I'm keeping it.
Oh, Mr. Gambler there.
Yeah, this whole time I've been thinking, do I want to take the risk? Do I really? And I'm thinking, well, this is Pathfinder. I want to try something new. I want to take risks, and it paid off.
It
paid
did.
off.
17,
off.
16.
The RNG god is in your favor today.
They have smiled upon me this fine day.
Or you just used all your luck up before the session started.
Well, okay. I mean, I can't complain.
All right, for that, it's going to be you, Brandon H.
Yep, that works.
All right, Jason, tell me about you, your character.
I'm thinking that he's a like an actual character, like his background.
No, just what's he's like a male wizard.
Yes, a male wizard,
All right.
a short male wizard, approximately 100 pounds. small guy.
All right. Any distinguishing features I should look for?
A wizard hat.
Okay.
I just always like a token with a nice wizard hat on it.
How about that one?
Let me scroll through.
It should have just popped up on your screen. Didn't?
Uh,
I'm joking, though. Give me this guy.
yeah. Still not seeing where.
Are y'all on the same page as I am? Oh,
Yeah.
you're not. I am so sorry, guys. Y'all are supposed to be on this page.
Yeah. There we go.
There you go. Perfect.
A duck. Why not?
Definitely less than 100 pounds.
Approximately 10 pounds, give or take.
So I think someone else is using this, but that's all right. This one here, and now, does that pop up on your screen?
Yeah, there we go. Yep, I see it.
So is that acceptable?
Yeah, that's fine.
Got another option here. Kind of an older guy, maybe white hair. Can do this guy here. I don't know, what are you supposed to be holding there?
Skull, maybe?
Could be.
Looks like a staff, like a skull mounted on a staff.
And then there's one more option right here. Wizards were a little easier to find. So
Yeah, that guy's fine.
you like the last guy with the blue and purple?
Yeah, the blue and purple.
All right.
Blue, purple, and gold.
You got it. Give me a second here. All right. Hedgehog.
Yes.
What you want?
Hey, give me another female sylph with a bow.
And as a female, you're going to want to go into your details tab.
Yep, and change everything up.
Gotcha. Roll20 search system's going a little slowly. Pull up my own hard drive, see what I've got.
Am I going to be needed tracking non-magic ammo?
Yes and no. You're going to want to have enough on your sheet to sustain you. You're not going to want to have like just 5 arrows or something like that. And you are going to keep track during each game, but every time you come back to town, you'll regenerate it. So more or less, if you know that you're not going to shoot as many arrows as you have, don't keep track of it.
Now, I have no idea what to spend my money on. Just so many things on here.
One good start would be making all of your items masterwork.
That's a good idea, but it does get expensive.
300 GP for weapons, 150 for armors.
See, for armor,
And
I know it
you
changes
said-
something. I forget what it does.
And you said that one masterwork's already included, though, right?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Armor check penalty is reduced. Yeah, I'll go ahead and get that.
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
I don't know what to make of that one.
I think I'll at least make my weapon and armor masterwork. I don't see myself using the bow enough to make it worth it.
No, probably not for 300.
Alright, Hedgehog. If you zoom in on your screen right here, just south of where Barth is, there's a selection of various archer type tokens. One of those strikes your fancy.
I'll take the middle one.
That one there?
Yep.
Alright.
What the heck? Apparently, there's a familiar that grants a +4 bonus to initiative.
What's your character's name, Hedgehog?
Mila. Milah. There is also a... If you take the racial trait, or if you take the adopted trait, there is a racial trait from one of the featured races that gives you +4 to initiative.
Wow! What would you do with all that initiative?
Go first every round.
Yep, pretty much. Control everything.
Alright. And Brandon L.
I uploaded an image to the character sheet.
Awesome. Are you die?
I am. Yes.
What are we looking at here? Gotcha.
Yeah.
That's him or her. Definitely him. All right. You die.
I mean, my last character had a punny name. So what's to
What was
say
that?
all my characters? Yeah.
You gonna share that name?
I'm just gonna say you. I'm you. Everybody's gonna be confused, and they're gonna be like, "No, I'm you." Charisma dump. The interactions are gonna be amazing.
Yeah.
I am you. Is this some kind of joke? No, I am you.
Who's on first? Charlie S., have you found something?
I was just going to say, just give me a sort of a generic archer token for now. I think that'll be good.
We got lots of generic archer tokens. Were you human? No, you're Sylph, right? Yeah.
I'm Asimar.
He's Asmar himself.
Okay.
I don't remember. If your class is proficient in short bow, do you have proficiency in composite short bow?
It's a martial weapon, but it does count, I think, is what it says.
I would think so, yes.
Okay. Then I'm going to take the composite short bow because I want that extra crit chance or crit damage.
Pew 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 pew.
Oh, now that you mention, I think the weapon familiarity. My character can use anything with the word orc in it, can't it? Because it's half orc.
Yep.
Because he's half orc. think I saw some kind of melee weapon that had orc in it.
I'm pretty sure there is. Oh, there's just 10 feet of extra range. Never mind. I'm good without it. That's all the difference between the two, really?
Orc double axe, I see.
There's probably other weapons that are unique to orcs.
Oh, I think I passed it by because it was in an exotic location. I think I skipped over that whole section. I was like, exotic.
Control F and type in orc. You'll find all of the orc.
Good idea. I don't know why I didn't think of that. Wow, there's 22 uses of the word orc. Oh, sorcerer. Oh, it finds everything.
You're gonna need put a space after orc,
You can.
and it should.
It means you're proficient
or
in picking
before.
up the sorcerer and swinging them.
It has happened in one of Nord's games where a player has picked up another player, thrown them, then that player landed on an enemy, picked up that enemy, and threw that enemy. So,
I remember correctly, that happened last game, didn't it?
and I may or may not be talking about myself. Yes, yes, and Alex's large abomination that everybody's uncomfortable around.
Good reason pieces of it keep falling off.
Like his ear and his eye.
Okay, I think I'm going to use the orc weapon just for the fun of having an orc with an orc weapon
Cool.
instead.
Charlie, if you look here, kind of down by the dartboards, you'll see 4 options for you. Any of those appeal?
Let me take a look here. I think the one in the back right.
The one who's now separate?
This one here.
You got it.
I think I've done my sheet. I'll do a double check.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've got mine done, hopefully.
Yeah, I don't know what else to do with mine. I don't know if I've done it correctly or anything.
Yep. Well, I'll go through, and like I said, I'm going to do an audit and make sure everybody's right before we get into the game, so don't worry too much.
Just realized I got to add my bardic performance.
You can put that down as like a class feature.
Yeah, I'm tossing it in there right now.
All right, so I think this is a good time. We just hit the 5 o'clock mark. We're going to take probably about 15 minutes, maybe as much as half an hour for those of you watching live. Those of you who are watching recorded versions, it'll take like a minute for you to click the other button. We're going to go off the air. We're going to do this audit thing I've been talking about, get everything set up, make sure everybody knows how things work. When we come back, we'll start actually playing the game of the Color Animal Inn. So, see you soon, folks.